everyone and welcome back to The Quiet Creative. I'm Amy and this is my second Flosstube video. I don't really have too much to update on since my last video. It's the summer holidays here in the UK, so last week I had the week off with my daughter and we just went for a couple of days out, had a bit of chill time, so that was nice. And my house purchase is still going through. I am just waiting for my sellers to find a house and then things can start progressing. Nothing's really happened since the last couple of weeks. So let's go through some WIPs. So my plan after the last video was to get both of my WIPs up to the next 5%. I did the first one, and then as I was working on the second, I decided to start a couple more projects. And I also found an old project that I'm going to continue to work on. So what I decided to do instead was put them all into a wheel generator thing, and each day I spin it and just see what I work on for that day. So once it's selected a cross stitch, I remove it from the wheel, and then once I've done them all, I'll start the cycle again. So the first one I'm going to go through today is my Shawshank cross stitch. I've got some notes because I forget everything. And since the last video, I've added 820 stitches to this one. This one is on 14 count Ada, and it's currently 14,463 out of 27,000 stitches, and it is at 53.57%. And this is how this one is looking. So you can't really tell what I've done, but basically I've worked on his shirt up here. I've also added some to his leg, and I finished this little section here. What I'm planning to do is just continue on down here and finish this half, and then I can start on this half. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. Like I said last time, I just can't wait to see this finished and to get it framed and on the wall. So yeah, that's that one. My next WIP is my Insomnia cross stitch. I'll pop a picture here so that you can see what it's going to look like. I used a website to make a pattern using this picture, and this is going to be a gift for my dad. So since my last video, I have added 468 stitches. This one is also on 14 count Ada, and it's now 2,224 out of 40,000. So this one's got a long way to go. This one is only 5.56% completed, and it's a lot of black. I'm not going to unfold it because it's literally just the top corner. So this is what I've done. I've added more here, and I've done more over towards the S. I don't really have, well, what I'm trying to do is kind of get it done in a square. So I'm going down this way at the moment, but with the N, if I've got a lot of thread left over, I'll just carry it over to the S and continue until that floss is finished. I don't know if anyone else does that. And then once I've done this, I'm going to move down to this row then to just grow the square. So yeah, that is how that one is looking. The next WIP I'm going to show is one that I started in 2022. So I looked back and I'd started this in January to give as a gift to my sister for her birthday. Her birthday is February. So I don't know what I was thinking. That was never going to get finished. This one, I believe, is 14 count Ada. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I have measured it and tried counting, but I can't really work it out. And I think the majority of my cross stitches are on 14 count, so I'm thinking this one must be as well. This one is a wizard sampler. I'll put a picture up here so you can see what the finished project is going to look like. And I found the PDF in the email from when I ordered it. I uploaded it up to Pattern Keeper and I marked off all the stitches that I'd already done, so that was up to date. And I was nearly 50% through it, and I thought this is silly not to just finish it. So I am. This one is 8,106 stitches out of 16,214, and it is at 49.99% completed. So I don't know how many stitches I've added to this since I started doing it, but it's not many. I'll show you what I've done. So this is what I've done, like, completely. And like, as you can see, it's like halfway done. I feel like it's silly not to carry on with it. All I've done since I picked it back up is Ron's head and hair. So yeah, I'm going to finish it, and I'm still going to give it to my sister. She does know about this now. So I know she's going to watch this video. But yeah, she knows about it, and I just think it's so cute, and I can't wait to get that one finished. So this has now been added to my WIP rotation, and I think what I'm going to do is just work on each little character at a time. I think obviously last time I had just started outlining them all, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do a character at a time. So that's that one. So next I have a couple of new starts. This one I did mention at the end of the last video. This is the Maloka Designs Secret Sal. So when I ordered this, I didn't know what the pattern was going to be. I just know that they do a lot of mandala animal patterns. And when I opened the packet, this little corgi was with all of the supplies to do the cross stitch, and I thought, oh, that's cute. Like my daughter loves corgis. This is what it's going to be. And I looked on their Facebook page and realised that this is not what the picture is. I think this is just a free design they've given us, so I will get to this at some point. My daughter's already seen it and she has her eye on it, but this is not what the Secret Sal is. And I'm actually not going to tell you what it is and see how long it takes for someone to guess what the animal is. So at the moment I'm working on part 1. It is all out because this was supposed to start in February. I'm just incredibly late. This again is on 14 count, and for part 1 I've done 553 stitches out of 1228, which is 45.03% completed, and this is how it's looking so far. Now I've just realised what this looks like. I promise this is not what you think it's going to be. It is an animal, but I'm not going to tell you what animal is until someone guesses it. So that's what I've done so far. And yeah, I really like it so far. It's nice to get a little bit of this blue colour because it's a lot of naturals. When I looked at the threads, actually, I should have known that this wasn't the pattern because this one has a lot of colours in it and this clearly doesn't. So that's just my stupidity there. But that's the first start that I've worked on in the past couple of weeks. So the next new start that I'm going to show you it's actually a new pattern that I've recently bought. Because the house that I'm buying is cottagey, it's got beams, and I'm going to have it like cottage farmhouse style inside. I really wanted to have a cottagecore cross stitch that I could frame and put on the wall. So this is the one that I found. This is called Willow House, and I can't remember who it's by, but I will put the name on the screen. And I got this from Etsy. So this one I started this week. I am doing it on 18 count Ada, and I managed to get 616 stitches out of 16,648. So this one is 3.7% done, and I've already had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this cross stitch because I'll see if I can show you. So this is what I've got done so far, and it's just the window. This is where the front door is going to be, so this is obviously the side of the house. And I don't know if you can see, or you can. So just up here, I did a lot. I did a lot more than this, and I had to unpick it because I'd made a couple of mistakes, and all it was, I'd added an extra row above here, and then this also was one stitch out, and I was going to leave it, and then it was just niggling at me, so I just had to unpick it all. And instead of going back up that way, I decided to move down this way because I just didn't want to do that again. So that's where I'm up to with this one. I'm liking the 18 count. I didn't think it would feel much different to the 14, which is probably a stupid thing to think, but it is a lot smaller and I just really enjoy stitching on it. So maybe I might have to get some. This piece of fabric was actually gifted to me by a lady that I used to work with who cross stitches, and she just said that she couldn't do the 18 count anymore. Did I want it? So yeah, and then I'm finally getting around to stitch something on it. So I can't wait for this one to be finished. And hopefully I will be in my new house when this is ready to go on the wall. So that is my last new start for the week. And that is everything that I am currently working on. I'm probably not going to add any more new projects into this rotation until I get one finished, because otherwise they're just not going to progress quickly if I'm just doing more and more all the time. So I do have a little bit of a haul to go through. Well, the first thing was the Willow House pattern, which I will pop back up here. So I had this in my basket on Etsy and I got a notification to say that it was on, I think it was on sale. So I bought that. Then I also had this one in my basket, which also went on sale. And this is Akatar. I absolutely love that series. I cannot wait for the new book to come out. This is Reese and Feyre. And I do have a bit of fabric ready to do this one, but I don't have all of the colours and I'm trying to not buy new things, which is crazy because I bought the new pattern. But yeah, I'm going to see if I've got any similar colours that I can swap them out for. And if not, then that one can just wait. Because also, something that I did forget to mention, this blue is not the blue on the pattern. I've swapped it because I didn't have the right blue. This is so close to what the actual colour is supposed to be. And I don't mind changing the colour because I still think it will look nice. The last thing that I bought is some 27 count even weave. And I was very intimidated about cross stitching on even weave because, I don't know, to me it just seems hard. It just seems like it's going to be a lot harder. But when I've got it, like the crosses, I don't think you're going to be able to see them. No, the crosses are, like, in my mind, it would be hard to follow the lines. But when you look at it, it's actually quite straightforward. So I do have a pattern to stitch onto this. It's not a new pattern, but I'll pop it up here. Something else I've done in the last couple of weeks is uploaded all of the cross stitch patterns that I had into Pattern Keeper. I just bought so many over the years and they were sat in my emails, and I just thought, let's just get them up and see what I've got. So this Christmas pattern is what I'm going to put onto this even weave fabric. But I'm not going to start that until December because I just know I'm going to want to cross stitch something Christmassy then. So that is what this fabric is for. This is just like a cut off piece that I got, and I'm glad that I have something to use it for. So as well as putting all my patterns into Pattern Keeper, I've also sorted all my floss. I had them on these. I think I borrowed them from my sister, but they were long and thin, and it just wasn't that easy to get the floss off them. I already had one of these, and then I bought a new one. Didn't do anything with it for ages, and I forgot about it, to be honest. Then I remembered and decided to. It took me hours to do this. Hours. So not all of these. Most of these colours are DMC. Not all of them are. But when I've searched for the DMC colour and looked at what I've got, they are so close, and I'm really not bothered. So yeah, it's just so much easier to find a colour I'm looking for. I've put them in number order, and yeah, that's just something that's going to make my life easier. I feel like this video has been a little bit chaotic and I'm jumping back and forth between things, so I apologise for that. But that is it for my updates over the past couple of weeks. And my plan for the next couple of weeks is just to carry on stitching as I have been. No buying any new patterns, no starting any new projects. I'm just going to stitch the ones I've already got started and see how much I can manage to do on them. I also just wanted to mention a few Flosstube accounts that I've enjoyed watching the past couple of weeks. I've written them down because I'm so rubbish I'll forget what their channels are called. Kylie's Crafty Notions, Adelaide Stitches, The Seattle Stitcher, and Accounted Cross Stitch. I will mention them all in the description, so go and check them out. But I hope you've enjoyed spending some crafty time with me, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time.